You've been lied to. Food security is a myth. Grocery dairy aisles are shrinking. Prices are exploding. But something else is happening. A quiet food rebellion, spreading across rural America. Amish aren't just surviving, they're thriving on food the system can't touch. Right now, millions are stockpiling it, secretly, cash only, off-grid. Because 2026 changes everything. The Fed admits it. Inflation won't stop. Supply chains are breaking. FDA raids raw milk trucks like it's illegal. If you wait, you lose. Store-bought emergency food won't save you. It expires fast, lacks real nutrition. Amish survival foods? Different story. They last years, heal bodies, feed families. No power needed, no corporations involved. I got direct intel from Lancaster County. These foods outperform every supermarket shelf. And millions know it. They're buying in silence, storing in basements, trading in barns. Why? Because 2026 is the tipping point. Get collapse, climate shocks, food rationing. When shelves go empty, only real food matters. Today, I reveal the 9 Amish staples that separate the prepared from the prey. These aren't hobbies, they're lifelines, and you need them now. Number 1. Raw Amish whole milk. Forget powdered junk. This is living milk, unpasteurized, unhomogenized, untouched by industry, packed with enzymes your gut craves, loaded with probiotics that fight disease, rich in fat-soluble vitamins A, D, K2, nutrients stripped out during pasteurization. Amish families don't treat it like fuel, they treat it like medicine. They freeze it in half-gallon jars, thaw it weeks later, still alive. They culture it into clabber, a tangy, self-preserving superfood. They churn it into golden butter, shelf-stable for years without refrigeration. The FDA calls it dangerous, but CDC outbreak data tells the truth. You're 12 times more likely to get sick from bagged spinach than raw milk. Yet federal agents raid Amish dairies, not corporate meatpacking plants where real outbreaks begin. This isn't about safety, it's about control. Smart preppers see through it. They're not waiting for approval. They join cow share programs, pay cash, avoid digital trails, stockpile frozen gallons in deep freezers. Some even barter it for ammo or fuel. Because when the grid falters and diesel runs out, dairy trucks stop rolling. Supermarket milk vanishes in 48 hours. But raw Amish milk? It's already in your freezer. It's already feeding your children. It's already keeping your immune system strong when antibiotics are gone. This isn't nostalgia. It's strategic food sovereignty. In a crisis, liquid gold beats empty promises. And raw milk is the first line of defense against starvation, sickness, and surrender. Number 2. Pasture-Raised Lard. Forget vegetable oil. Forget canola. Forget heart-healthy lies. Real survival fat comes from heritage pigs, raised on pasture, fed clean scraps, rendered by hand in Amish kitchens. This isn't the greasy stuff you remember. It's pure white, odorless, smoke-stable. 1 pint packs 3,600 calories, enough energy to survive 3 days. Lard stores 10 years or more in sealed mason jars. No refrigeration, no rancidity. Unlike seed oils that oxidize in months, lard stays stable, safe, nutritious. Amish families use it for everything. They fry eggs in it at dawn. They bake biscuits with it at noon. They seal canned meats with a layer, creating an airtight barrier against spoilage. In winter, they rub it on skin, a natural barrier against windburn and frost. It's not just cooking fat. It's emergency fuel. It's wound salve. It's calorie insurance. And it's dirt cheap. 1 pound costs less than $3 from Amish butchers, a fraction of olive oil or ghee. Yet preppers ignore it. Why? Because big food told them to. The USDA demonized animal fats for decades, pushed soybean oil, corn oil, cottonseed sludge, all highly processed, all prone to inflammation, all useless in long-term storage. But lard? It thrives in crisis. When power fails, you can't rely on finicky oils. But lard works over open flame, over wood stoves, over campfires. It won't foam, won't burn easily, won't poison you with aldehydes. Smart preppers stock 10+ pounds per person, stored in cool, dark pantries, stacked like gold bricks. During the 2024 Midwest blackouts, families with lard ate hot meals for weeks. Others burned through vegetable oil in days, then resorted to cold, bland rations. And when medical care vanishes, lard becomes first aid. It soothes burns, softens leather, preserves herbs in oil infusions. This isn't old-fashioned, it's battle-tested. In a world of fake foods, lard is real. Simple, powerful. And right now, Amish freezers are selling out. Cash only, no questions. If you wait until 2026, you'll find empty jars and rising desperation. Don't be late. Stock lard today. Your future self will thank you with a hot, hearty meal in the darkest days. Number 3. Hard red winter wheat berries. Not flour, not emergency bread mix. Whole wheat berries. This is how the Amish survived decades of uncertainty. Sealed in food-grade buckets, packed with oxygen absorbers, stored in root cellars or basements. When stored properly, these little kernels last over 30 years. Flour spoils in 6 months. Wheat berries just get better with time. Amish families grind them fresh every morning as needed, using hand-crank mills or cast-iron grinders. No electricity, no dependency. Just flour so fresh it smells like life. One 25-pound bag yields 50 loaves of bread, or 200 servings of porridge, or enough starter to share with neighbors. But it's not just about calories, it's about nutritional resilience. Hard red wheat is packed with protein, 15% or more, plus B vitamins, iron, and fiber. Critical when fresh food vanishes. Unlike white rice or cornmeal, wheat berries provide complete sustenance. Grind them coarse for cracked wheat. Sprout them for live greens in winter. Ferment them into sourdough for gut health. During the 2023 Ohio River floods, Amish communities with wheat stores ate warm bread for months, while FEMA trailers ran out of crackers. And here's what big food won't tell you. Commercial long-term wheat often contains insect eggs, moisture, or mold. Amish wheat? Harvested by horse-drawn wagons, sun-dried, hand-cleaned, never sprayed. It's non-GMO, non-irradiated, non-compromised. Preppers make one fatal mistake. They buy wheat after the crisis hits. By then, prices triple, supplies vanish. Right now, Amish co-ops report unprecedented demand. Cash buyers show up at dawn. Trucks leave loaded with 50-pound sacks. You need at least 50 pounds per person for a full year of basic nutrition. Store it in Mylar bags. Add oxygen absorbers. Label it. Rotate nothing because it won't go bad. And if society fully collapses, wheat becomes currency. A pound of berries trades for soap, batteries, or bullets. This grain-fed armies survived famines, outlasted empires. It's not just wheat, it's your food backbone. The Amish know this. Millions are learning it. Are you still buying bread, or are you finally stocking the source? Because when the bakeries close, and they will, only those with wheat berries will keep their ovens lit. Number 4. Home canned meats and vegetables. No cans, no labels, no corporate supply chain. Amish families preserve food the old way, in glass jars, sealed with heat and pressure. Venison, chicken, beef, green beans, corn, tomatoes, all from their own land, all without additives, preservatives, or BPA linings. They use heavy-duty pressure canners, cast iron or stainless steel, passed down through generations. No electricity needed, just a wood stove. A single batch yields dozens of quarts. Each jar stores 5 to 10 years, some even longer in cool cellars. Unlike store-bought emergency meals that expire in 24 months and cost $10 a serving, home-canned food gets better with age, and it's pure nourishment. Meat stays tender, vegetables keep color and nutrients. No mystery ingredients, no sodium overload, just salt, water, and honest food. During Hurricane Helene's 2024 grid collapse, Amish families in Appalachia ate hot stew for weeks. While neighbors stood in FEMA lines, they opened jars of chicken and carrots, steaming bowls in total blackout. This isn't convenience, it's sovereignty. You control the source, you control the safety, you control the shelf life. Yet most preppers rely on dented cans or overpriced MREs that taste like regret. Big food wants you dependent. The Amish refuse. They can squirrel, rabbit, and deer. They can grow beans and peas in summer, then seal it all in glass, creating a pantry that laughs at inflation. And here's the secret. Home-canned meat doesn't need refrigeration. Once sealed, it's shelf-stable, safe, ready to eat. Just pop the lid, heat it up, or eat it cold if you must. Smart preppers are learning this now. They're buying pressure canners, trading for Amish jars, taking weekend workshops at Mennonite centers, because when supply chains snap and trucks stop delivering, your emergency food better already be in your basement. Not on a shelf in a warehouse, not in a distribution center, in your hands. The Amish don't fear food shortages. They've already eaten tomorrow's meal today. Don't wait for collapse to learn this skill. Start small. Can a batch this weekend. Or buy directly from trusted Amish networks while they're still selling. Because once panic hits, glass jars disappear faster than milk. And in the silence after the storm, nothing sounds sweeter than the pop of a fresh seal on real food. Your food. Number 5. Heirloom Sourdough Starter. Not yeast, not packets, not store-bought. This is living bread culture, passed down through Amish families for over a century. Some starters are older than your grandparents. It needs nothing but flour and water. No electricity, no supply chain, no expiration date. Once fed, it doubles in hours, bubbles with life, smells tangy and sweet. 1 tablespoon makes enough dough to feed a family of 4. Amish bakers use it daily. They bake loaves in wood-fired ovens. They make pancakes on griddles. They stretch a single feeding into biscuits, crackers, and flatbreads. When flour is scarce, they thin the starter, making do with half the usual. It survives neglect, adapts, endures. Unlike commercial yeast, which dies in 6 months, needs refrigeration, and fails in humidity, Heirloom Starter thrives in chaos. During the 2023 Midwest drought, when store yeast vanished and power flickered, Amish kitchens still baked fresh bread every single day. This isn't nostalgia, it's strategic food independence. 1 ounce of starter can regenerate an entire bakery. It's lightweight, portable, invisible to authorities. You can hide it in a jar, a Ziploc, even a thermos. And it multiplies endlessly. Give half to a neighbor. Trade it for eggs or firewood. Plant a community food network with 1 living spoonful. Most preppers stock bread mixes that turn stale, crumbly, or moldy. Or they rely on crackers that offer calories but no soul. But bread made from real starter? It's digestible, nutrient-rich, gut-healing. The fermentation breaks down gluten, unlocks B vitamins, boosts mineral absorption. In a crisis, that's the difference between eating and thriving. Right now, Amish families are quietly sharing starters with trusted outsiders. Cash only, word of mouth, no online orders, no tracking. But demand is surging. Because smart people know, when supply chains break, yeast won't save you. A living culture will. Don't wait to learn this. Get a true heirloom starter today. Feed it once a week. Store a backup in the fridge, or dry it into flakes for long-term storage. Because when the grocery shelves go bare and your yeast turns to dust, you'll need more than hope. You'll need a bubbling jar of resilience, ready to rise when everything else falls. Number 6. Unfiltered Grade B maple syrup. Forget Aunt Jemima. Forget pancake topping. This is liquid survival, dark, thick, and packed with minerals. Amish families tap sugar maples every spring. They boil sap over wood fires for hours. No additives, no filtration, no pasteurization. The result? Grade B syrup. Deep amber, robust flavor, loaded with zinc, manganese, calcium, and antioxidants. Unlike clear Grade A, Grade B is nutritionally superior, higher in polyphenols, lower in water content, and far more shelf-stable. Stored in glass jars or food-grade buckets, it never spoils. No refrigeration needed, no mold, no crystallization. Even after 10 years, it pours smooth. Amish use it for more than pancakes. They stir it into oatmeal for energy. They mix it with vinegar for wound rinses. They preserve berries in it, creating shelf-stable fruit leather that lasts years. In winter illnesses, a spoonful soothes sore throats and boosts immunity when vitamins vanish. And here's what few know. Maple syrup contains natural antimicrobial compounds. Studies from the University of Rhode Island 2024 confirm it inhibits E. coli and Staphylococcus, making it a field-expedient antiseptic when antibiotics are gone. Unlike honey, which the FDA now monitors due to counterfeit imports and traceability laws, maple syrup flies under the radar. No databases, no barcodes. Just trees, fire, and skill. Preppers overlook it. They stockpile sugar, which attracts pests, hardens, and offers empty calories. But maple syrup? It's nutrient-dense fuel. 1 tablespoon equals 52 calories plus trace minerals your body craves during prolonged stress. During the 2025 New England ice storms, families with maple reserves sweetened bitter herbal teas, replaced lost electrolytes, and even bartered small jars for firewood and candles. Amish co-ops are selling out early. Cash buyers arrive with coolers. 5-gallon buckets vanish by March. You need at least 2 gallons per person for a year of moderate use. Store it in dark glass or stainless containers. Keep it cool, dry, dark. And never, ever buy pancake syrup. That's corn syrup with artificial flavor. It spoils, it lacks nutrients, it's useless in crisis. Real maple syrup is forest medicine. It's ancestral wisdom in a jar. And in 2026, when supply chains fracture and processed sweeteners become luxuries, this liquid gold will be worth more than sugar, more than honey, more than silence. Don't wait for the freeze to come. Stock pure, unfiltered Grade B now. Because when the world goes dark, you'll need more than light. You'll need sweetness that lasts forever. Number 7. Sun-dried apple rings. No sugar, no preservatives, no sulfites. Just apples, sliced thin, laid on wooden racks, dried for days in Amish barn lofts. Sun, wind, and time do the work. The result? Leathery, chewy, sweet rings that store 5 years or more in sealed buckets or cloth sacks. No refrigeration, no power, no waste. Amish orchards grow heritage varieties like winesap, northern spy, and golden russet, bred for flavor, fiber, and natural preservation. These apples resist rot. They dry evenly. They retain vitamin C long after harvest. In winter, when fresh fruit vanishes, a handful of dried rings restores electrolytes, lifts mood, and satisfies sugar cravings without spiking blood sugar. Unlike store-bought fruit snacks loaded with corn syrup and dye, Amish apple rings are pure food. 1 ounce delivers fiber, potassium, and slow-release energy for hours. They're lightweight, portable, kid-approved, perfect for bug-out bags or pantry rotation. During the 2024 Appalachian supply crisis, families with dried fruit avoided scurvy-like fatigue, maintained morale, and traded rings for candles and soap. And here's the hidden power. Rehydrated apple rings become sauce, pie filling, or stew sweetener. No cooking required, just soak in water. Most preppers ignore dried fruit. They buy MREs with mystery apple dessert, or they stockpile applesauce in pouches that expire in 18 months and cost $3 each. But real dried apples? They improve with age, get chewier, deeper in flavor, never mold if dried properly. Amish families dry hundreds of pounds each fall. They store them in linen sacks hung from cellar beams, where airflow prevents moisture. Now, demand is surging. Urban preppers drive to Lancaster County, pay cash, leave with trash bags full of dried apples, peaches, and pears. You need at least 5 pounds per person for a year of modest use, more if you plan to barter. Store in Mylar with oxygen absorbers, or keep in glass jars in a cool pantry. Check for pliability, never brittle, never damp. And never buy sulfured commercial rings. They're bleached, flavored, fake. They lack nutrients. They spoil faster. Real sun-dried apples are forest-to-table resilience. They require no fuel to preserve, no factory to process, just patience and tradition. In 2026, when fresh produce becomes a luxury, when vitamins vanish from shelves, these humble rings will be more valuable than candy, more comforting than news, more real than promises. Don't wait for orchards to close. Stock sun-dried apple rings now, because when the last truck leaves the supermarket, you'll still have sweetness and strength in your hands. Number 8. Vinegar-Pickled Eggs. Hard-boiled, peeled, submerged in brine. Amish kitchens keep dozens in crocks, glass jars filled with apple cider vinegar, salt, garlic, and a pinch of beet juice for deep pink color. No refrigeration needed, no canning required, just time, acidity, and smart preservation. These eggs last 6 months or more at room temperature, a shelf-stable protein source when power fails and meat spoils. Each egg delivers 6 grams of complete protein, plus choline for brain function and selenium for immune defense, critical when stress is high and medical care is gone. Unlike powdered eggs that taste chalky or canned meats that cost $8 a can, pickled eggs are cheap, simple, and deeply satisfying. The vinegar cuts richness, adds tang, stimulates appetite when rations feel bland. During the 2025 Ohio Valley flood, families with pickled eggs ate high-protein meals for weeks, while neighbors survived on crackers and weak tea. Amish children snack on them daily. Farmers carry them in lunch pails. Pregnant women eat them for extra nutrition when fresh food is scarce. And here's the survival edge. The brine itself is useful. After eggs are gone, the vinegar-rich liquid becomes a digestive tonic, a wound rinse, or a flavor booster for beans and grains. Most preppers overlook this. They stock jerky that molds in humidity. They buy protein bars that melt or expire. They forget that real protein doesn't need factories or foil wrappers. It just needs eggs, vinegar, and a jar. Right now, Amish pantries are full of quart jars lining cellar shelves. Urban buyers show up with coolers, pay cash, and leave silently. You can make your own, or buy directly from trusted networks. Use pastured eggs for richer nutrition. Use raw apple cider vinegar with the mother for added probiotics. Store jars in a cool, dark place. Check seals monthly. If brine stays clear and eggs firm, they're safe to eat. Never use distilled white vinegar alone. It lacks flavor and health benefits. And never skip the salt. It prevents spoilage and balances acidity. In a true collapse, protein becomes the ultimate currency. A jar of pickled eggs trades for firewood, ammo, or medicine. This isn't old-timey charm. It's practical, edible insurance. So ask yourself, when your freezer thaws and the deli counter closes, will you have protein that lasts or just hunger that lingers? Stock pickled eggs now. Your future self will crack one open and thank you. Number 9. Fermented sauerkraut in stoneware crocks. Not the bagged stuff from supermarkets. That's pasteurized, dead, useless. Real Amish sauerkraut is raw, bubbling, alive. Shredded cabbage, sea salt, and thyme. Packed by hand into stoneware crocks, weighted down with clean stones. Fermented for weeks in cool cellars. No vinegar, no heat, no preservatives. Just natural lactic acid. The same process that's preserved food for over 2,000 years. The result? A probiotic powerhouse that delivers vitamin C, K2, and B vitamins, even in deep winter when fresh produce is gone. 1 cup prevents scurvy, supports gut health, fights deadly diarrhea, the #1 killer in disasters when water is contaminated. During the 2024 cholera scare in rural Michigan, Amish families with sauerkraut stayed healthy while others were hospitalized from dehydration. This isn't side dish, it's emergency medicine in a jar. And it needs no refrigeration. Once fully fermented, sauerkraut stores 12 months or more in sealed crocks or jars, even at room temperature. Amish households eat it daily with eggs, beans, or meat. It aids digestion, reduces bloating, boosts immunity when stress is high. Unlike store-bought probiotic supplements that degrade in heat and cost $30 a bottle, sauerkraut is cheap, real, and self-replicating. You can even use brine to jumpstart your next batch. Most preppers ignore gut health until it's too late. They stockpile calories, but forget their microbiome. Then one bout of dysentery wipes out their strength. But those with sauerkraut, they stay strong. They keep working. They survive. Right now, Amish crocks are selling fast. Urban preppers drive hours to buy gallon jars. Cash only, no questions. You can make your own. 5 pounds cabbage plus 3 tablespoons salt. Massage. Pack. Wait. Or buy directly from trusted sources, but only if it's raw and unpasteurized. Check for bubbles, sour smell. Never buy if it's shelf-stable in plastic. That means it's been cooked, dead. Store in cool, dark places. Top with brine to block air. In a prolonged crisis, a crock of kraut is worth more than gold. It prevents disease, preserves morale, feeds your inner ecosystem when the world outside collapses. So don't wait. Ferment your first batch this week. Or secure Amish kraut now while it's still available. Because when pharmacies close and IV fluids vanish, your best defense won't come in a pill. It'll come from a crock of sour, salty, life-saving cabbage. The truth they don't want you to know. This isn't just about food. It's about freedom. While corporations push shelf-stable survival meals loaded with soy, sugar, and mystery powders, the Amish are eating real food, food that heals, lasts, and empowers. They're not prepping for the end of the world. They're living outside the system every single day. And now, millions of Americans are quietly copying them. Not because they're extremists, because they see what's coming in 2026. Inflation won't stop. Droughts will worsen. Supply chains will snap. And when the trucks stop rolling, supermarket shelves will empty in hours. But Amish pantries? They'll stay full because they don't rely on just-in-time delivery. They rely on soil, skill, and sovereignty. Every item on this list, raw milk, lard, wheat, canned meat, sourdough, maple syrup, dried apples, pickled eggs, sauerkraut, is multi-purpose, non-perishable, and human-made. No factories, no patents, no tracking. These foods can't be recalled, can't be taxed digitally, can't be weaponized by policy. That's why the FDA raids raw milk farms. That's why Big Ag lobbies against home canning. That's why emergency rations expire in 2 years, so you have to keep buying. But real food, it liberates you. And here's the quiet secret. You don't need to be Amish to live like this. You just need to start. Buy wheat berries this week. Join a cow share. Learn to can meat. Make sauerkraut in a mason jar. Each step pulls you out of dependence and into resilience. The window's closing. Amish suppliers report unprecedented demand in 2025. Cash buyers, no receipts. Barn sales sold out by dawn. If you wait until panic hits, you'll find empty jars, sky-high prices, and no one left to teach you. This isn't fear-mongering, it's foresight. The goal isn't to hide in a bunker. It's to stand tall when others crumble, knowing your family won't go hungry. So act now, while stores still stock lard, while orchards still sell dried apples, while honest farmers still trade in cash. Because in 2026, the line between the prepared and the desperate won't be drawn by wealth. It'll be drawn by what's in your pantry. And if it's real food, you've already won. This isn't about hoarding. It's about refusing to be helpless. The Amish aren't preppers. They're practitioners. They've lived this way for centuries, through wars, depressions, pandemics, and blackouts. And now, millions of everyday Americans are waking up. They're skipping the fake emergency kits. They're bypassing corporate food traps. They're going straight to the source, real, raw, resilient food. But here's the hard truth. You cannot buy your way into preparedness at the last minute. When panic hits, and it will, those shelves won't just be empty, they'll be guarded. Prices will triple overnight. And the only people eating will be the ones who acted before the crisis. That's you, or it's not. The 9 foods we covered, raw milk, lard, wheat berries, home-canned meat, sourdough starter, maple syrup, dried apples, pickled eggs, and fermented kraut are your foundation. Not for doomsday, for dignity, for feeding your kids hot meals when the power's out for weeks, for trading with neighbors instead of begging, for staying healthy when hospitals are overwhelmed. So don't wait. Start this week. Buy one item. Learn one skill. Visit an Amish market. Join a cow share. Order Heirloom Week. Each step forward pulls you out of dependence and into resilience. If this video opened your eyes, do not scroll away silently. Smash that like button. It tells YouTube this matters. Subscribe and hit the bell because we expose what they hide. And comment below, which Amish food are you stocking first? Your answer could spark someone else's survival plan. Remember, in chaos, the prepared don't panic. They provide. Be ready, stay sovereign, and never, ever trust your life to a system that profits from your dependence. Stockpile wisely. Live freely. We'll see you in the next one.